Looking at my drip, looking at your drip. Whoa, mommy, look at me. Oh, I'm killing it. Whoa.
What's up, Woah family? So today I want to do a little bit of a story time. If you follow me on Facebook or Isaiah on Instagram, you may know that his dad's coming home shortly. But before we get into this, if you're not following us on Facebook and Isaiah on Instagram, I'm going to tag our pages below and make sure you follow us. Alright? To stay up on our life, stay up on a few things that maybe I don't say on YouTube, to stay informed. Alright, so let's get into this story time. I want to go back to when it was just me and Isaiah's dad, and then when Isaiah came, and where we're at right now. So, I met Isaiah's dad when I was 15. We were a little young. We didn't have the right head on our shoulders, so I ended up getting pregnant at 17. I had Isaiah at 18. When I was pregnant, he ended up deciding to go to his mom's house up in North Florida. I lived in South Florida. So we kind of didn't talk much while I was pregnant, and then after having Isaiah, he would check on us every now and again, but we were both young, like it just didn't work out back then. It gave me time to focus on me and to better my life for Isaiah. So I look at it positive. It was a good time. I mean, yeah, we should have been together. We could have been together, but we were young. We weren't. So, fast forward to 2019. February 2019, we came back together, which was like after 10 years. We weren't sure how things were gonna work, but we were like, you know what, we're both in a position in life where we want to just see how it works. So we came back together in 2019, and from the time Isaiah's dad stepped foot in the house, him and Isaiah were inseparable. They would play basketball all day long outside together, and then they'd come in and they'd play video games all night. Street Fighters, Jason, Friday the 13th, all these crazy games. They'd play all night long together. And then we'd watch scary movies. Isaiah would watch like the scariest movies with us. But right now I'll say, let's go watch a scary movie. And he'll be like, oh no, when my dad comes home. So they were inseparable. And then in May of 2019, only a short few months later, me and Isaiah were getting ready for SeaWorld. He had a class trip. So we got up real early that day. We went to SeaWorld, having the time of our life. It was hot as heck because obviously it's Florida. So it was burning hot out. We had a lot of fun that day. I only had to watch one kid other than Isaiah, so kudos to his teacher because, yeah. But we had a great day that day. That was the same day that Isaiah's dad ended up getting locked up. One bad decision, and now he's paying for it. I mean, people make mistakes, so we've been without him for 2 years. It's been kind of tough. We were all in Florida together, and we would go see him at least 4 times a week. He's very spoiled. So we would go see him about 4 times a week. I decided after a while that I wanted to move to make it a better environment for him when he comes home. To not be in the same environment that got him in trouble. So I decided to go out on a whim, pack up the whole apartment in a U-Haul, tow my car behind the U-Haul all by myself with the little help that Isaiah could give me. And we took off from Florida all the way up to Maryland. We were there with Isaiah's dad's side of the family. We were trying to make it work. It was a rocky road. It started out good and then it got a little rocky. I ended up finding a job, but it was so expensive in Maryland. It was beautiful. I really loved it, but it was so expensive. So I finally got a job. We got an apartment after a while, and I paid first month, last month, and security deposit. My rent was $1,350 for a 2-bedroom apartment on the 3rd floor. Like, that might not sound like a lot to maybe a few people, but I've always, even living in Florida, I've always found cheap stuff. I don't know how I run across these things, but I always found cheap places to live, which weren't in bad areas. I've never paid over $850 for either up to a 2-bedroom apartment, house, anything in Florida. So paying $1,350 was like crazy. But once I moved into this apartment, I realized like I didn't really have the help that I needed because it was COVID time. That's when COVID first hit. Isaiah was out of school completely. And I was working, but I worked in the healthcare field, so I couldn't bring him to school, to work with me. Like, that was out of the question. So at that time, my mom was like, well, why don't you come here? I could always help you. I'm not working, so I could watch him. And I was like, I guess like I could try it out, because it was either move to Missouri with my mom or move back to Florida and make it work, whatever I had to do. So I decided to go with my mom because that was the easiest choice at the time. So I stayed in that apartment 3 days and spent over $3,000 to move in. I moved all my stuff up the flight of stairs to the 3rd floor for 3 days. Nothing really got unpacked. A lot of stuff was still in bags and stuff. So that move out of the apartment obviously wasn't too bad. Like, you didn't have to pack everything, but it was still down flights of stairs into a U-Haul, from the U-Haul to the shipment box, because I was not about to drive the U-Haul with my car again, because that was like the scariest thing I think ever happened in my life. So we put all this stuff in the shipment box. The only thing that didn't fit in the shipment box was my couch, which was given to me a while ago. So I was like, you know what? Out with the old, in with the new. So we packed what we could pack in the shipment box, and they shipped it from Maryland to Missouri. And we just packed the car with stuff, and we just drove my car. My mom was here. She flew down to help me. We packed the car up and we drove from Maryland to Missouri. All this driving. We got here in April 2020, and I mean, it wasn't too bad of a transition. We were staying with my mom and we were trying to find a place, and we got a place. And now only spending $715 for a 3-bedroom house with a nice yard and a shed and everything that we needed. So we're very blessed for that. And now we're in Missouri, and his dad is coming home very soon. So we are so excited for this new chapter of our life. We're all in a new place. We don't really know nobody here. I know a few people from when I was working, but not many people. So we're ready for this new transition, and we hope you guys are still going to be watching, and you're going to want to see maybe a welcome home vlog. You guys let me know. I did ask on my Facebook, and I got a lot of yeses. So if you're not following us, make sure you're following us. I'm going to link it down below. And if with this gets, even if you don't want to comment on this video, you don't want to be seen, that's fine. Give this video a thumbs up if you want to see a welcome home vlog. So maybe if we get 10 likes on this video, and then in the next video, I'll maybe ask for a few more likes. 10 likes if you guys want to see a welcome home vlog. Because we are ready for this new transition. If you could see behind me, there's a lot of stuff on my bed. I'm going to close out this video and I'm going to make another video to post the next day of a welcome home haul. This is all the stuff that we've got over the 2 years that he's been locked up, and we're just ready to give him a fresh start and give our family a fresh start together here in Missouri. And we're just on the road to greatness. There's no limit. The sky's the limit. We're ready to get moving and maybe give you guys some better content, since there'll be more income, there'll be another adult in the house, it'll be easier to film. So I hope you guys are excited for this new transition, this new chapter of our life, and I hope you guys stay tuned. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and turn on your post notifications so you're notified every single time we post. See you guys tomorrow.